Hello and welcome to Vulnerable Moments with Miss E. Today is Friday, May 29th, 2020, and today's topic is stop telling all of your business. Have you ever told someone all of your business and didn't even realize it until they brought it up later? Have you ever realized that once upon a time you've told someone personal information, whether it was positive information about you because you were trying to start your own business, you're an aspiring entrepreneur, but you were still working and you told someone at work, or you told your supervisor at work that you were aspiring business owner or entrepreneur, and then later on they began to use that against you. Have you ever told someone that you were struggling at work due to the death of someone in your family, a loved one who was sick, and then later on it came back to bite you in your performance evaluation? Well, guess what? Those things have happened to me. And what I've learned to do when it came to professional environments was to be personable, but not ever get too personal. I'm going to say that one more time because I always encourage every employee who has ever had to report to me to be very personable, likable, friendly, but don't get personal. And I'll give you an example. For instance, we had two people in the office. They were discussing personal problems from at home. The kids were being too much. It was too much with daycare, childcare. The husband wasn't working. The other person was suffering from illness. And then they stopped speaking or they got into a disagreement. Well, guess what? All private laundry was aired that day. So I just wanted to remind you, even when you got that BFF, you got your sibling, you have someone in your life that you think you're super close to, be very careful with how much you disclose, because whether you like it or not, people tend to hold those things against you, which is why I always warn my employees, why I always give them a disclaimer and disclosure that you should keep your personal business to yourself. Be personable, but don't get personal. I'm going to say that one more time. In professional environments, it's great to be personable. We all want to work with somebody with high energy, who is a team player, but don't put all your business out there on Front Street, because guess what? Everybody will know it. No matter how much of a confidant you think you have, someone is always listening, overhearing, or watching, observing. Let them observe. Let them stay in the unknown. But whatever you do, never, ever, ever get too personal in a professional environment. So let's talk about close friendships and such. Maybe you're going through something financial. Maybe the man that you're with is just not the one for you. Maybe it's just you're not satisfied at home. Whatever the situation is, I would like to encourage you to still maintain that certain sense of privacy, to really keep in mind that people are constantly judging you. And sometimes it's all in innocence. They don't mean to, but now they're throwing pity parties for you. Now they're you're the topic or example of conversation. And you'll be surprised. I've seen on what I call mindless TV, there was a friend who was a part of an affluent group of women. One woman told her that, she couldn't carry children. And guess what? Guess who became the topic of the ceremony? And it wasn't even her business she didn't give permission for her business to be put out there on Front Street. So I want to encourage you, if you don't want the world to know, if you want to keep something private, don't put your personal business out there. It's good to be a supportive person, a supportive friend, have a listening ear. But if you know for a fact that your mouth is like a leaky faucet and it never stops, that needs to be contained, or that your mouth is like running water, don't even just tell your friend, just stop. Listen, boo. I'm not going to be able to hold that in. Okay. This stuff is too juicy. So I'm going to have to exit stage left. And because if I hear any more, like the little bit that you just told me just now, it's probably going to be shared with someone else. Like, be honest. Be exactly who you are so that your friend is not surprised when you put all her business on Front Street, or when your homies, all of his business about his 5 bags of clothes that was sitting on the curb, and when you pick them up, is on Front Street, and really he's the socialite on Instagram, or on social media. I just want to encourage you to just be personable, but not get too personal, because in every situation, things can really get ugly. They can truly get ugly at times. And we just really want to make sure that we're securing our own bags, that we're focusing on the right stuff, and that we're not putting too much information out there at one time, because some people can't handle your story. Not everybody can handle your story. If you want to tell your own story, if you want the world to hear your story, I suggest you not put that out there to somebody else. You tell it for yourself. You dictate how your story comes out, whether it's writing your book, starting a podcast, whether it's actually having some forums where you can actually have those secret conversations in a group of people that can truly relate to you. I just want you to really, really, really think about what you're saying and doing with people, because guess what? When you're trying to make those business moves and people are suffering from jealousy, when they're suffering in silence because they can't achieve what you are, guess who's going to start taking all your skeletons out the bag? That same cousin, brother, friend, sister, aunt, uncle, whomever that you confided in the past. So thank you for listening to yet another episode of Vulnerable Moments with Miss E. You have an amazing day on purpose. God bless.